Hey everyone, this is your girl, Qadriyyah Marie, host of On the Q with Qadriyyah Marie. I am outside, as you can see, here on this Happy Wellness Wednesday. I'm in the park near Ty and I's apartment, and we're just out here. We just enjoyed some food. We wanted to get some fresh air. We didn't want to just go straight upstairs, after working all day. Sometimes it's nice to just enjoy the fresh air. So that is what I'm doing. I didn't post anything that I was coming on this evening. I didn't know if I was or not, but I just decided to come on just to say hello to you lovely people out there, and just to put the message out that it's important to get fresh air, which is what I'm currently doing now. There's people all outside. Like I said, I'm in the park. They out here playing soccer and doing all these different things. So it makes you feel good when you see people out here, enjoying the nice weather that we have. It's always just nice to get that feeling of people and seeing people, enjoying life and living life. I just hope everyone had a great day today, whether you was at work or you was at school, whatever you were doing, or just at home, today. I hope everybody's doing well. I was supposed to do a show 2 weeks ago, but I had a procedure. So all of that, went well. And I just want to encourage people, if you're not feeling well, there's nothing wrong, with admitting that you're in pain. It's a big thing. Some people I hear, they're in pain and they're afraid of doctors. They're actually more afraid of hearing bad news than they are of actually hearing what's really going on with them. And you don't know what's happening or what's not happening with you until you go to the doctor and get seen. So I'm a big encourager of going to the doctor and at least seeing what is happening, because if you are in pain or you're having some type of inflammation, something probably is going on with you. And it actually may not be as big of a thing as you probably put in your head. People tend to blow up what's happening, with them. So I always advise people, it's best to just go and get evaluated and rule out whatever is not happening with you. You'll feel a lot better at the end of the night knowing that you got something resolved. So I'm happy that I am a person that's big on pushing people to check out what's going on with them, and that I do it for myself. I don't just tell other people to go to the doctors. I have my whole list of people that I'm always seeing. Ty is always looking at me and seeing I have this appointment, that appointment. And I don't try to make it a big thing where I have to see every doctor in the world. The doctors that I do have are like the main ones that, I need to see, because I don't like being sick. I like to resolve things naturally, which I have been doing for the most part. But sometimes, you just need a little help. And, if that means you going to the doctor and, getting some type of test or procedure or whatever to make you feel better so that you can move forward and do things on your own, I think that, you should do it. And a lot of people let, either finances or their fears, stop them, from going to the doctor. And which I totally understand, but you don't want it to get to the point where, you're getting sicker and sicker and feeling more pain. And now you have no choice. By the time you do decide to go to the doctor, now it's an emergency, and now you have to spend thousands of dollars versus you spending, $20, copay, for a visit. Now you have to have major surgery, and you want to try to avoid that as much as possible. So, like I said, we're out here in the park. Ty is walking around somewhere over there. I told him I was coming on doing my live, so I'm just showing a little bit behind me. I know the sun is kind of bright. I'm under this big old gazebo. I don't know if that's what it's really called, but it's this big old umbrella above us. A couple weeks ago, we came out to the park and they didn't even have it open yet, and now it is. And I'm like, this thing is huge as hell. It's like a spaceship. So I'm just out here, just enjoying myself, relaxing. The past couple weeks, we've been doing a lot of relaxation stuff, going to the beach and especially out here, in the park, reading, writing, taking a bath, taking a walk is a big thing. Just getting all of what's been happening, with me just out. Sometimes being closed up in the house, can get to you. So I'm really happy that it's nice days out here because this is the time that, you can physically be outdoors and just be able to breathe, the fresh air and, feel alive in the world. And I've had so much loss lately that, I know my ancestors, my angels above, that's what they would want from me, to actually be out in the world breathing, literally breathing, something that, unfortunately they're no longer able, to do, and actually be able to let things go and let all that stress go, and just be out here and trying to just enjoy living. That's something we all have to do every day. Everybody's waking up, but are you actually living daily in this world? Are you just here just to be here? Or are you actually thinking of what it is that you can contribute, to the world? Because none of us is promised tomorrow. Ty and I were just talking, a little while ago about control and letting go of the things that you no longer have control over, that you never had control over, just things that you just don't have control over. And you have to focus on the things that you do have control over. And I feel like the things you do have control over is your reactions and your attitudes. Pretty much everything else is stuff that you don't have in your control, but yet those are the things that we tend to focus on. Ty said, not having health insurance isn't a reason not to get a checkup. Yes, babe. Thank you for saying that. That's a big thing. As I was saying earlier, as far as finances, a lot of people stop, and there are people who have insurance, and they still find a reason to not go to the doctor because they're scared, and that fear can actually cost you your life, and you don't want that to be the case where you had the insurance and you don't go because you're scared of what the doctor may tell you. And like I said, I had a lot of loss in my family, and the family members that I lost recently, they were very big on going to the doctors and getting checked up on and stuff. And I understand that, but I'm not a person that's big on taking, all these different pills and medications unless you actually, absolutely have to. So I am a big person. I'm always motivating people to go out and find ways, to heal yourself from the inside out. But sometimes you do have to have medications, and you can't be scared to go to the doctor to get those medications, health insurance, or not. Sometimes you just have to do what it is that you have to do because this is your life that we're talking about. You don't want to, decrease the amount of years you have on Earth. We already don't have as much time here as we think we have. And you want to be able to be here, as long as possible. We all have loved ones, family, and friends that want us here, as well as you should want yourself here. So, like I said, I'm just out here relaxing. I'm glad Ty decided for us to come out here to the park after work. I actually had a very relaxing day at work today. I really didn't push myself too much. I really didn't have to. So I'm thankful for that I actually had like a relaxed day at work. So in the middle of the week. So now I'm just down to knocking out Thursday and Friday, of this week. So if anybody has anything to say or any comments regarding, relaxing, and any tips or advice that you want to give, you can feel free to share. But thank you, Ty, for sharing that. People need to be more of a component as far as when it comes to taking care of your own health. I think people really need to be more proactive when it comes to that, because no one's going to take care of you but you. We all have our significant others, and we have our children, some of us, but You have to be the one to take that initiative, because nobody knows what it feels like with you. If you're saying you're in pain, people can empathize with that, but nobody knows what it's like, what you're dealing with, whether that's depression or something physical. Ties to things like headaches, feet swelling, knee pain, etc. aren't normal, excuse me, and can be serious matters. Yeah, that's very true. And people tend to minimize stuff that they're dealing with, or they don't want to tell people because they feel like it's not nothing significant. But everything that you name can be, they really can be serious. I would hope not, but they definitely can be, or turn into serious matters if you don't get them taken care of when you first start feeling the symptoms. So, like I said, reach out to your doctors, do your own, your own research, as well. Figure out things that you can do, at home, for yourself. But if it gets to the point that, that's not no longer helping you, then that's when I feel like it's time, for you to reach out and try to get help, and if you don't have health insurance, there's so many different ways that you can get assistance. All the doctors I know, they all have different, payment plan options and financial options and things that you can do. So it's not like, you're just out here, but like, I just can't go. You won't know unless you ask. You really don't know unless you ask, like, well, I can't really afford this at this time. What can be done to help me? Can I pay this amount? Can I pay this later? Ties to high blood pressure, poor circulation, and sugar levels. Yeah, those are definitely big issues, facing us in, the Black community. We definitely have to keep up on that. We have the what you call the blood pressure monitor and stuff in the house and stuff too. So I'm glad we have that, and actually need to try to start using it more. You can't just have the stuff in the house and then don't be using it. So I'm guilty of that. But I just want to come on, for a couple minutes. We're going to go back to the house in a little bit. I don't know if we're going to watch another horror movie or what we're going to do, but we already ate out here in the park. So we'll probably just go home, just relax. But like I said, I just want to tell you guys, just let go of the things you can't control, let go of your pride. There's so many different things that I'll probably just do a show about the things that you could let go. And I'll be speaking both from my personal experience and others' experiences as well, because that's a big thing I'm seeing. We all have a hard time letting things go, especially when it comes to loss. Having to let people go is definitely one of the hardest things to do as part of grief and healing. It's important to do, because your loved ones don't want to be looking down at you and seeing you suffering and still holding on to them, knowing that they're free. So you don't want to be here on earth and still holding on to what could be or what should be, instead of what the reality is. So I'm going to head back and let me read MJ's comment. She said, I have been dealing with anxiety and depression. I have been in therapy for a long time and have come a long way over the years. Retirement, especially COVID, has set me back for a while, but I'm getting back to changing again. Thank you, MJ, for sharing that. I've definitely been following, your journey as well. I know you mentioned that before in the past, but I'm happy to see and hear that you are getting back to yourself again. I know you were taking different classes and stuff recently, and being more sociable. And I'm happy to hear that. And I know you miss talking, to my mom as well. I know she would, encourage you, as well, to get back, into the flow of things, because it's so important, being around, people, um, just having that community and not feeling, isolated. I know that's a big thing that happens to a lot of people in retirement. So I just think it's important to get back to, who you were, or even try new things that you hadn't, pre-COVID. That's something that I'm doing as well. And I'm trying to get back to my my kickboxing as well. I was having knee issues and I had therapy for my knee. And at one point I was walking around with a limp that people would ask me, what's wrong with your knee? And I haven't had anybody ask me that since probably beginning of the year. So I know that I've had improvement, from that. So it's just day by day and week by week getting back to my my CKO self, and that's a goal of mine to get back to kickboxing. So I have a list of goals that I want to, get to, and stuff that even my mom was aware of. And, it's important for me to get back to those things that, I told her that I was going to do, and things that I know she would want to see me doing as well. And things that I probably haven't even mentioned to her that I'm sure she's, already aware and will be, seeing me do. So you can't give up, on yourself. You really can't. You have to really be like, this is a challenge, but you're going to get through it. And for me, I've been through so many things that I just naturally just embrace challenges to me now, where I don't even look at things as like impossible anymore. I look at it as just like, okay, this is something that I have to get through, because I've been through so many other issues and situations that some of the stuff that I'm dealing with, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a breeze probably, because I don't went through so much. And losing my mom, you can't get any bigger than that. Losing a parent, that what that type of loss, once you lose a parent, it's just, right now I'm at that point where nothing can compare to that. So I have my mom's strength with me, her wisdom, her guidance. None of that has left. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for Ty being here with me as well, being a big support system with me, with the anxiety and depression, and God knows whatever else that I've been dealing with lately. But I already know I'm going to get through. I'm listening to my own self, that whole let go, let God. I'm doing that myself, little by little. So about to sign off, you guys. I hope everybody have, a wonderful evening, tonight. Tomorrow is supposed to be like 86 something degrees here. And then Friday, I think it's supposed to be like 90. So it's going to be some hot ones, y'all. So make sure you stay cool. Make sure your central air, your AC, whatever you got in the house, your fans is working. We don't need to have anybody, passing out or being dehydrated, none of that stuff. So I just want to say God bless to all of you out there, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.